Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, year 2, week 34, ending December 6, 2019. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I've bought, nor an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. I'm on a mission to become a great growth stock investor. Watch me on my journey, learn from my mistakes, and celebrate my successes. This is the S&P 500 6-month chart. I put a little M and a T there for the Monday and Tuesday. Those were crazy days. The red bar for Monday indicates that it was closed down from the previous day. The little tick mark on the left-hand side is showing the opening price, and the tick mark at the right-hand side down at the bottom is showing the closing price. So this opened higher than it closed, and then the next day, Tuesday, it jumped all the way down to that 28-day exponential moving average. It did close higher in the day than it opened, but it was still a losing day. By the end of the week, this index had popped back to its prior level from last week, basically up 5 points since last week. It is above its 8-day, 13-day, 28-day moving averages and is continuing to climb despite those bad days there. The Russell 2000 also had a rough Monday and Tuesday, and again closed about even for the week, up 9 points since last week, and it is above that 1600 mark where I wanted it to be above. So I'm happy with the way that this is performing so far. The VIX, or volatility index, the lower the better on this one. I like to see it down around 12 and definitely under 16. It did pop above 16 on Tuesday and also on Wednesday, but it closed the week at 1362. Last week I had identified likely sells as Teradyne, EDU, and CDW, and I did end up triggering a sell on both EDU and Teradyne. I wanted to add on to eHealth, which I did, and I wanted to look for my watch list for buy ideas, but I ended up buying a stock, NEO, that I had purchased a few weeks ago in my husband's portfolio, and it was performing well, so I bought myself some NEO. Here's the bar chart for the two stocks that I sold. EDU, you can see that it was basically flat for about 8 weeks, and Teradyne, it was up and down. Both stocks are above that dashed black line, which indicates that I took a profit in both of these stocks. Here's the Teradyne chart. I held this for 7.6 weeks, and I had a gain of about $18. The red line is where I sold it, where that black dot is, over on the far right-hand side. And then that red line is basically right on top of the green line, which is the purchase, and you can see that orange square is the day that I purchased it. So I'm not sure why I have that dashed yellow line down where it was. I think that I had moved it up to the 50-day simple moving average, and it did trigger that floor, and it sold automatically. EDU, I held this stock for 7.6 weeks and it was up 3.4%. I had a gain of $341. Here's my current holding bar chart. Each bar represents 1 week, and you can easily see that I have gains in all of my stocks that are above that dashed black line. So all my stocks are winners except GPN in the purple. It's below that dashed black line, and it's right now one of my losers. CZZ in the middle there in the brown, that's my best performer. And then I take a look at the actual charts, the individual charts of these stocks, not the ones that's necessarily made the most money, and I rank them in the order of the weakest to the strongest. So my weakest is GPN, followed by Copart, and my strongest is CZZ, and the second strongest is NEO in the gray over on the right hand side. That's my new purchase, and I like its stock chart. GPN, I rate this as my weakest stock because its price is currently below its 8-day and 13-day simple moving average. It is above its 28-day. The horizontal green line and the orange square show the day and the price that I purchased the stock at, and the yellow line is my 8% floor. I've held this stock for almost 3 weeks and it's down just over 2%. Copart. I'm also rating this as a weak stock. It did close right at its 8-day simple moving average, but that line is going down and it is just about touching its 13-day simple moving average. I have two purchases in this stock. The first one I've held for 7 weeks and it's up 6%, which is a nice return. My B2 I've held just about 2 weeks and it's down slightly more than 2%. CDW, I have two purchases in this stock. One I've held just over 11 weeks and it's up 11.7%, and one I've held just under 5 weeks and it's up 2.7%. I did rank this as one of my weaker stocks because the 8-day simple moving average, the pink line, is below the 13-day simple moving average, the green line. The 8-day should be on top of the green one. It should be moving up faster than the 13-day. I did move my floor up to the 50-day simple moving average indicated by that dash yellow line. AMD, this is another stock that has its 8-day simple moving average below its 13-day. We need to get that price moving up so the pink line gets on top again. I have three purchases in this stock. One I've held for 5 weeks and it's up over 11%. One I've held for 4.8 weeks and it's up 7%. And the third buy I've held just about 2 weeks and it's up 0.7%. eHealth. I rated this as one of my stronger stocks because the 8-day simple moving average is above the 13-day and the 13-day is above the 28-day. So that's the order you want to see them. Pink on top, then the green, then the blue. It did close right at its 8-day simple moving average. I have two buys in this stock. The first buy I've held for 4.5 weeks and it's up almost 19%, which is crazy. And my second buy I purchased this week and I have a loss of 1.5%. Lululemon, I have one purchase in this stock that I've held for just about 8 weeks and it's up 12.5%. The price is above its 8-day simple moving average. I did want to buy more of this stock, but I've been holding off because it does have earnings coming up on the 10th or the 11th next week. I will be out of town, so I won't be able to watch this, but I do have my floor set there at that dash yellow line. Neo. This is a new purchase for me this week, and I've held it 3 days. It's already up 2.7%, which is great. My purchase is indicated by the horizontal green line and that orange box. I bought this stock because I had held it in my husband's portfolio and it was performing well. So down on the dash yellow line, you can see another orange box. That's where I purchased my husband's position at. It also happens to be where I set my floor this week for my purchase, which is slightly above that 8%. CZZ. This stock had nice volume and price increase this week. It went up almost 7%. I do have three buys in this. My first buy I've held for 8.4 weeks and it's up over 25%. My second buy I've held for 7.8 weeks and it's up 17.5%. And my third buy I've held for 6.8 weeks and it's up 14.5%. I rate this as my strongest stock because the price is well above its 8-day simple moving average. The benchmark shows in my 1 year and 34 weeks, I'm up 35%. My $100,000 has turned into $135,682 versus the S&P for the same time frame is up to $118,432. I also like to look at where my change in value came from. I lost $554 in stocks that I held last week and sold this week. They went down and then they triggered my floor. My new purchases, I have $181 gain in, and then my existing holdings, I have $1,643 in. So mine went up about $1,200 this week, my portfolio, versus the S&P 500, which went up about $200. Here's the percentage change for each of the stocks, sorted with the weakest on the top. So I did have 3 losing stocks this week, GPN, eHealth, and Copart. And then I did have 5 winning stocks with CZZ on the bottom with a 7% gain. And this is the current dollar value gain of in my $10,000 of each of these stocks that I own. Again, sorted with the losers on the top. So the only stock I have a loss in is GPN, $227, and then CZZ down at the bottom. On my $10,000 B1 purchase only, I have a $2,513 gain. This is just another way to show how my portfolio is performing versus the S&P 500. And I've done this for the lifetime of my experiment, which started on April 13, 2018. The S&P is up 18.4% in that time frame, and my portfolio is up 35.6% for that same time frame. The year to date shows a different story. The S&P for year to date is up 26.56%, and Melissa's portfolio is up 20%. So the S&P's beating me year to date so far, but I'm beating it since I started my experiment. The industry breakdown shows that I'm most heavily concentrated in retail, where I own two different stocks, Copart and Lulu. And then in the energy sector is my second largest holding, where I have Cosan, and I have 3 buys in Cosan, followed by the chip sector, which I have 1 holding, AMD, but I have 3 buys in that. My cash balance at the end of year 2, week 34, is $7,123. My likely sells are Copart or GPN or anything that triggers a floor. I do have a floor set on everything, so if it falls and hits that, it will automatically sell. I'm on vacation this week. I'm taking a trading break. I'm not buying, and I won't be having a watch list. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.